Now, second part of this chapter, it is rotational motion. Before rotational motion, we define what is rigid body. A body in which distance between constituent particle remains as it is. When force is applied on a body, such body it is known as rigid body. Distance between any two particles present in the body remains unaltered, remains constant. Such type of body it is known as rigid body. Generally, we consider wood, stone, marble, metal as a rigid body. But in nature, there is no rigid body, because when a force of proper magnitude it is acting, then distance between constituent particles present in the body changes. Therefore, in nature, there is no rigid body, but for practical purpose, we consider these are different examples of rigid body. Now, in this chapter, we define what is rotational motion. Now, suppose this is a rigid body of any shape, and let us consider this rigid body can rotate about axis passing through any point as shown in this figure. Now let us consider this body, it is made up of different particles. This is first particle, this is second particle, this is third particle. In this way, we consider body it is made up of n different particles. Now, let us suppose we apply torque on the body. Let us consider torque is acting on the body. We find when torque is applied on a body, this body rotate about axis of rotation. When body it is rotating, we observe every particle present in the body, it is moving along the circumference of circle as shown in this figure. First particle, second particle, third particle, in this way each particle present in the body, it is moving along the circumference of circle. When torque is acting on the body, all particles present in the body perform circular motion along the circumference of circle. That is, all particles perform circular motion. Such motion it is known as rotational motion. Examples of rotational motion: motion of potter's wheel, motion of windmill, spinning of top, rotation of earth about its own axis. These are different examples of rotational motion. Now, what is speciality of rotational motion? we can observe in case of a rigid body, particles are situated at different distance. First particle, it is situated at distance r1 from the axis of rotation. Second particle, it is present at distance r2. In this way, each particle, it is present at a different distance. Speciality, all particles of rigid body are present at different distance from the axis of rotation. We observe time period of each particle, it is same. Each particle complete one rotation in equal time interval. That means time period for each particle, it is same, and due to that, angular velocity for each particle, angular velocity for each particle, it is same. Particles are present at a different distance, and this distance from the axis of rotation acts as a radius of circular path. Therefore, for each particle, radius of circular path is different. Therefore, if we calculate linear velocity of each particle, then we know this linear velocity, magnitude of linear velocity, it is given by formula V, it is equal to R omega. Omega for each particle, it is same, and radius of circular path, it is different. Therefore, this is speciality of rotational motion. In rotational motion, linear velocity of each particle, it is different. In this way, speciality of rotational motion, all particles, they are present at a different distance. Each particle takes same time interval to complete one rotation. Therefore, angular velocity of each particle, it is same, but linear velocity of each particle, it is different. Now we define what is moment of inertia. Now we define what is moment of inertia. Moment of inertia. Consider rigid body of any shape. Suppose this is rigid body of any shape, and let us consider this body can rotate about an axis passing through any point. Consider this body, it is made up of different particles. Suppose M1, M2, M3 and so on up to Mn represent mass of n particle. Suppose this is the first particle. Mass of first particle, it is m1, and suppose first particle is present at distance r1 from the axis of rotation. Second particle, it is of mass m2, and this particle is suppose present at distance r2 from the axis of rotation. Suppose this is a third particle, and it is present at distance r3 from the axis of rotation. In this way, consider this body, it is made up of n number of particles. Now, moment of inertia, it is denoted by I, and it is equal to sum of product of mass of each particle and square of distance of that particle from the axis of rotation. Moment of inertia, it is denoted by I, and it is equal to sum of product of mass of particle, mass of each particle and square of distance of particle from the axis of rotation. M1 R1 square plus M2 R2 square plus M3 R3 square plus and so on up to Mn Rn square. This is formula to calculate moment of inertia. Once again, sum of product of mass of each particle and square of distance of particle from the axis of rotation. This is called as moment of inertia. In summation form, same expression can be written as I, it is equal to summation of Mi Ri square. I varies from 1 to n. This is formula to calculate moment of inertia. Kilogram into meter square. This is unit of moment of inertia. Remember, moment of inertia, it is a tensor quantity. Now, what is tensor quantity? The quantity whose value changes with respect to direction, it is known as tensor quantity. Moment of inertia, it is a tensor quantity. Now, when mass is uniformly distributed in the body, then in that case, we can calculate moment of inertia by using formula I. It is equal to integration of dm into r square, where r, it is a distance, and dm, it is a mass of one element. When mass is distributed uniformly in the body. Now we discuss what are different factors affecting moment of inertia. From equation number 1, we can say moment of inertia depend upon M1, M2, M3, that is, it depend upon mass of each particle present in the rigid body, as well as it depend upon distance of particle from the axis of rotation. Also, it depend upon position of axis of rotation. If position of axis of rotation changes, then distance of particle from the axis of rotation changes, and therefore moment of inertia also changes. In this way, moment of inertia. Now, physical significance of moment of inertia. We know for the linear motion of rigid body, force is very essential, and by the Newton's second law, that force is given by formula mass into acceleration. When we derive expression for torque, we observe for the rotational motion, torque is very essential. And that torque, it is given by formula I into alpha. From these two equations, we observe role of moment of inertia, it is exactly same as that of mass in a translational motion. In translational motion or in linear motion, mass of a body has a tendency to oppose the state of motion. Similarly, moment of inertia has a tendency to oppose the rotational motion of body. In this way, physical significance of moment of inertia. Now we calculate expression for kinetic energy of this rigid body. Expression for kinetic energy of rigid body. Once again, suppose this is rigid body of any shape, and suppose this body, it is performing rotational motion about an axis passing through any point. Let this rigid body, it is made up of n particles. Let m1, m2, m3 and so on up to mn represent mass of particle. Consider this is the first particle. Mass of particle, it is denoted by m1, and particle is present at distance r1 from the axis of rotation. Suppose this is the second particle and it is present at distance r2 from the axis of rotation. This is third particle. It is at distance r3 from the axis of rotation. In this way, this body, it is made up of n particle. Now, in rotational motion, we observe angular velocity of each particle, it is same. Particle is present at different distance and therefore radius of circular path is different and therefore linear velocity of each particle, it is different. We calculate linear velocity. R1, R2, R3 represent distance of each particle from axis of rotation. Now, first of all, we write expression for linear velocity. Suppose this body, it is performing rotational motion with constant angular velocity omega. Linear velocity of first particle, it is denoted by V1, and this V1 it is given by formula R1 omega. We write expression for kinetic energy of particle. We already know kinetic energy, it is always calculated by using formula 1/2 mass into square of velocity, and therefore kinetic energy of first particle, it is equal to 1/2 times mass into square of velocity. Therefore 1/2 into mass into R1 square into omega square, and this is equation number 2. Kinetic energy of particle. Similarly, kinetic energy of second particle, it is given by formula 1/2 m2 into R2 square into omega square. Kinetic energy of third particle 1/2 m3 into R3 square into omega square. Therefore rotational kinetic energy of complete body, it is equal to sum of kinetic energy of each particle. Therefore, kinetic energy of first particle plus kinetic energy of second particle plus kinetic energy of third particle and so on up to kinetic energy of nth particle. This is formula to calculate total rotational kinetic energy. That is 1 by 2 m1 r1 square into omega 1 by 2 m2 r2 square omega plus and so on, substituting value 1 by 2 mn rn square omega square. Suppose we take common, we can take 1 by 2 common as well as omega square common. Therefore, inside the bracket we get term m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square plus m3 r3 square and so on up to mn rn square. Remember, bracket, it is a sum of product of mass of each particle and square of distance of particle from the axis of rotation. Therefore, according to definition, it is a moment of inertia. Therefore, rotational kinetic energy of rigid body, it is given by formula 1 by 2 I omega square. In this way, rotational kinetic energy. Now, we discuss what is radius of gyration. Now, let us consider we have a disc. This is circular disc of negligible thickness. Let M represent mass of disc and consider R represent radius of disc. Now, moment of inertia of this ring about an axis passing through center and perpendicular to its plane. Moment of inertia of this disc about an axis passing through center and perpendicular to the plane of disc. It is mr square upon 2. This is moment of inertia of disc about an axis passing through center and perpendicular to the plane of disc. Now let us consider this disc. It is replaced by the point mass. Disc, it is replaced by the particle whose mass it is equal to mass of disc, and consider dimension of that particle, it is negligible. Therefore, suppose this is axis of rotation and let us consider this is a point mass. This is a body of negligible dimension. Let M, it is a mass of particle. Now we define what is radius of gyration. At what distance from the axis of rotation this point mass must be placed so that mi of this point mass about axis of rotation, it is exactly equal to moment of inertia of disc about this axis of rotation. This distance, it is known as radius of gyration. What is radius of gyration? Point mass must be placed at certain distance from the axis of rotation. That distance from the axis of rotation, it is known as radius of gyration. Therefore, what is radius of gyration? It is a distance of point mass from the axis of rotation, so that mi of this point mass, it is exactly equal to mi of disk. That means mr square upon 2 moment of inertia of disk, it is equal to moment of inertia of point mass. Therefore, here mm gets cancelled and we get value of k. It is equal to r upon root 2. This is radius of gyration. Unit of radius of gyration, it is meter, and dimension m to the power 0, L to the power 1, T to the power 0. In this way, radius of gyration. Now we discuss physical significance of radius of gyration. If value of radius of gyration it is small, then that indicate particles are distributed at a smaller distance from the axis of rotation. That is, particles are closely distributed from the axis of rotation. If value of k it is large, then particles in the body, they are widely separated from the axis. This is physical significance of radius of gyration. Smaller is the value of k, closer are the particles distributed from the axis of rotation. Larger is the value of k, particles are widely separated from the axis of rotation.